With so many things vying for our attention these days, it's easy to get distracted and forget you're roasting, grilling, broiling, or otherwise fixing a meal. Even if you are on your game, a couple minutes can mean the difference between a delicious medium rare ribeye and an overcooked mess. Fortunately, Sous Vide machines even the playing field. Before we get started with our video detailing the best Sous Vide machines on the market, we have included links in the description for each product mentioned, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting off with the best overall Sous Vide machine, we have the ChefSteps Joule Sous Vide. Aside from the ability to heat water to precise temperatures, there are a couple features that set the ChefSteps Joule Sous Vide apart from other Sous Vide machines. First, it is only 1.3 pounds and 11 inches tall, so it is much smaller and easier to store than other options available. ChefSteps has clearly put a lot of work into its app. Not only does it allow you to monitor your meal, but it also has a visual doneness feature that shows you how your food looks as it cooks, so you can easily achieve your preferred doneness. Revisione's Kevin Peterson tested it and was very impressed. He said, "It lets me cook steaks as perfectly as a professional chef," and called it one of my favorite kitchen tools. The Joule connects with your phone via Bluetooth or the internet, and the app has more than 100 cooking guides. Plus, it works with Amazon Alexa, so you can cook using your voice. ChefSteps backs the product with a 1-year limited warranty, and if you're not completely happy with the Joule within 90 days of purchase, the company will give you a full refund. Serious Eats recommends the ChefSteps Joule because it's small enough to fit in a cooking utensil drawer, has a magnetic bottom that keeps it in place in metal receptacles, and is nearly silent when operating. However, the reviewer was turned off by the fact that you needed a phone and Bluetooth or an internet connection to use it. In the Sous Vide Guy's test, the Joule performed flawlessly. Specifically, he was impressed with how quickly the small device could heat 6 liters of 75-degree water to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. About 12 minutes. Other expert sites that tested and recommended the Joule are Tom's Guide, Busted Wallet, Paste Magazine, and CNET. More than 800 buyers on Amazon have left 5-star reviews of the ChefSteps Joule. Gadget Guy appreciated the Joule because it only took about 5 minutes to set up and 5 minutes to clean, and it's smaller than other Sous Vide machines he's tried. Earlier reviews of the Joule feature harsh criticisms of the app. ChefSteps has addressed this, and many buyers have since updated their ratings to reflect the improvements. Next up, we have the best Sous Vide machine for high-tech cooking, which goes to the Anova Culinary Sous Vide Precision Cooker. In the world of Sous Vide machines, the Anova Culinary Sous Vide Precision Cooker and the ChefSteps Joule are in a class of their own. When it comes to which of the top 2 picks are better, it's really a toss-up. We gave the Joule the edge because it has higher wattage and smaller size. But the Anova Culinary model can be used manually without an app in case you want to put your smartphone away. The unit attaches to your container via a ring clip. This allows you to adjust the depth of the circulator to fit the container. The Anova has a temperature range of 32 to 211.5 degrees Fahrenheit, a timer that runs up to 99 hours, and it can heat up to 5 gallons of water. This product is backed by a 1-year or 5,000 hours of operation warranty. The Wirecutter tested the Wi-Fi compatible Anova Precision Cooker and recommended it as the best Sous Vide machine available. The reviewers appreciated how the clip mount could be attached to containers of various sizes, and the unit ran quietly. They also liked that the addition of Wi-Fi didn't keep them tethered to the kitchen. Gizmo reviewed the 800-watt precision cooker. The reviewer liked the compact size, easy-to-read display, and he found the resulting meals to be juicy, tender, and cooked perfectly. However, he was turned off by how hard it was to use the timer, and the app didn't have much functionality. However, the review was written 3 years ago, and Anova Culinary has continued to make improvements to the app. There are more than 3,000 positive reviews of the Anova Culinary Sous Vide Precision Cooker on Amazon. The most helpful reviewer, Espresso Fan, shared a story of buying the most inexpensive cut of steak, chuck under blade steak, which is known for being tough. After 19 hours at 149 degrees Fahrenheit, the steak turned out melt-in-your-mouth delicious. One buyer was turned off by an app update over a year ago that allegedly required users to link their Facebook account. However, Anova Culinary Senior Vice President and Chief of Staff, Shannon McClinigan, told Revisione that the company does not and never has required a Facebook account to log in for any of its products. Another buyer found the steam produced by heating the water can cause the Anova to malfunction. Up next, we have the best affordable Sous Vide machine, which goes to the Kitchen Gizmo Sous Vide Immersion Circulator. Unlike our top 2 choices, the Kitchen Gizmo Sous Vide Immersion Circulator does not have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. You simply set it up using the intuitive controls on the top of the device. This is ideal for when you want to put your phone away and avoid distracting notifications from countless apps. The 800-watt motor heats to temperatures up to 194 degrees Fahrenheit with a margin of error of 1 degree. This circulator clips to the side of your container and can circulate up to 8 liters, a little more than 2 gallons, per minute. Sous Vide Guy tested how long it took the kitchen Gizmo Immersion Circulator to get 6 liters of water from 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 135 degrees. The reviewer found it was a somewhat sluggish 20 minutes, which was similar to the Anova 800 watts time. However, he still recommends it to buyers looking for an inexpensive sous vide. Food for Net appreciated how easy it was to set up this model and noted that the included cookbook was helpful. Amazing Food Made Easy compared the kitchen Gizmo to several other popular brands. The reviewer found it got up to temp faster than the Anova and used less power than every other model except for the Joule. It was also the quietest. About 85% of the buyers who reviewed the kitchen Gizmo Immersion Circulator on Amazon gave it 4 or 5 stars. The most helpful reviews speak to how easy the unit is to use, how little mess it creates compared to stovetop cooking, and how delicious the results are. One buyer recommended leaving the plastic cover on the bottom for proper circulation. Another buyer complained that the circulator kept giving the low water error when there was plenty of water. She tried to contact Kitchen Gizmo for help and hadn't heard back from them after 3 weeks. Next, we have the best sous vide water oven, which goes to the Sous Vide Supreme Demi water oven. The Sous Vide Supreme Demi water oven is different from the other sous vide machines in the previous slides, because it doesn't involve putting an immersion circulator in a container of your choice. Instead, the water oven is the container, and it has a sophisticated computer that controls convection currents within. The original Sous Vide Supreme has been on the market since at least 2003, making it one of the first consumer-facing options available. The original Supreme is 11.2 liters, large enough for 24-ounce food portions, and the Demi is 8.7 liters, large enough for 12 4-ounce food portions. The water oven can hold temperatures between 86 and 210 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 99 hours without wavering by more than a degree, so you can count on precise, slow cooking. Lastly, the manufacturer provides a 1-year limited warranty. Huffington Post reviewed the Sous Vide Supreme back in 2010, just as sous vide cooking was starting to take off, so the article was more focused on the form of cooking in general. However, the reviewer did recommend this model to people who have a fair amount of disposable income and don't want to bother with rigging one of the circulator cylinders. Serious Eats has a similarly dated review back when this appliance cost $450. The reviewer was impressed with the quality of the meals produced with minimal effort. He also liked that he could set the temperature to a level that would hold the food in a holding pattern, not hot enough to overcook and not too hot to eat, until dinner guests arrived. Around 85% of the people who left reviews for the Sous Vide Supreme on Amazon gave it a positive rating. The most helpful reviewer noted that juiciness and tenderness were never more apparent to him until he used this device. However, he warned that you shouldn't use the oven without a vacuum sealer. Another buyer compared all-in-one water ovens to the more popular compact units, and he preferred the water oven because it is less likely to clog or wear out. Plus, he found that this oven is totally quiet. And for our last pick, we have the best sous vide machine for beginners, which goes to the Tribest Sousvant Complete Sous Vide Circulator. The Tribest Sousvant SV101 Complete Sous Vide Circulator doesn't have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. However, its 1000-watt built-in circulator system does what all sous vide machines should. It maintains accurate water temperatures to within 0.1 degrees Fahrenheit. This device is all-inclusive. It does not require any DIY work, containers, or jerry-rigging. The transparent 3-gallon carafe allows you to watch your food as it cooks, and it's removable for easy access. Tribest offers a 2-year warranty with the Sousvant. The reviewer at CNET was disappointed by the lack of high-tech features, but was impressed with the performance of the Sousvant. He was able to nail the cooking of eggs to 3 different levels of yolk firmness, and salmon was also prepared perfectly. Lastly, he recommended this unit to anyone trying sous vide cooking for the first time. Sous Vide Wizard highly recommends the Sousvant because it only takes a few seconds to set up, is lightweight, and it produced excellent ribeye steaks for him. Sous Vide Guy also gave the thumbs up to this machine because he found the temperature control to be incredibly accurate. Approximately 82% of the Amazon buyers who reviewed the Sousvant SV101 Complete Sous Vide Circulator gave it 4 or 5 stars. The most helpful review, from Philip04, details how this unit has changed his life. He has achieved delicious results using it to make pork belly, steak, carrots, and chicken breasts. Another buyer found the Sousvant works better than other sous vide machines he has tried, but didn't like how loud the pump is. So that sums up our top sous vide machines of 2019. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a great day.